Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Hazlanch and welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you my deck profile for Traptrix. I'll go through the main deck, I'll go through my extra deck, and I'll also go through my side deck that I'm just using recently in tournaments. If you are new to the video today, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you'll always know when there's brand new content. I love the Traptrix archetype. I think this is such a cool deck. It's really competitive and really fun at the same time. I'll go through the list and I'll give my explanations for the reason of why or why not I'm playing certain cards. So on that, let's get straight into the deck profile. Okay, so here is my Traptrix deck. I am playing the pure variant of Traptrix. I'm also using these beautiful Traptrix Serra sleeves. Absolutely incredible looking sleeve for the deck. So when I do go through the cards, I'll kind of give my reasoning behind why I do use them and why I'm not using some other card choices. So let's get straight into it. So we'll just move the side deck and extra deck just here for now, and we'll go through the main. So starting off, first three cards, we do actually play triple Traptrix Momelo. So this is a great opening card. This is a great starting card. You normal summon this, you search for any of your trap hole cards from your deck, you get to add them to hand. If you special summon this card, it's basically MST, you can destroy back row and it's not once per turn. So that's 3 of Traptrix Momelo. So the next Traptrix monster we do play is Traptrix Mantis. Again, this is probably the second best one in the deck. So we play 3 of these basically because it searches the others. So when you normal summon this, you can search any Traptrix monster from your deck and add it to your hand. This also has a second effect that you can quick effect bounce basically a spell or trap back to your hand, and you have the choice of setting one again. It just helps protect some of your back row, and its effect also interacts with the next Traptrix monster that I'm going to show you now. So that's 3 Traptrix Mantis. Next one we have triple Traptrix Dionair. This is such a good card for when you're playing pure Traptrix. The reason we play 3 of these is when you normal summon this, it monster reborns your Traptrix from grave, so you're going to be able to trigger the special summon effects if they have it. Its special summon effect itself is it allows you to recur your traps from grave. So if you've got a trap hole in your graveyard, you can reset that card. However, during the next end phase, it will be removed from the field, which is where Traptrix Mantis comes in really handy. If you can bounce it back to your hand and then reset it again, that clause is completely gone. So Traptrix Dionair, we run 3-3-3, we don't actually run any more Traptrix monsters in the main. I find that 9 is enough. I feel like if you start going over that, you're going to start seeing more of them, and quite frankly, at the moment, before we get the new support, I feel like the others are just a bit subpar. The only one that I would ever actually play, if I was going to add an extra one in, would probably be Atrax. So moving on to the next 3 cards of the deck, we play triple Parallel Exceed. So we play this card for extender reasons. Anything that opens up a zone, you can basically summon this from your hand. It becomes level 4. It allows you to special out, another one becomes level 4, and it's just going to give you a free XYZ rank 4 basically. 3 Parallel Exceed. So moving on to the more defensive cards, we play 3 Ash in the main. So this is the only hand trap that I play. I did find playing more just being a little bit cloggy, and I want as much consistency as possible. The reason why I'm playing Ash Blossom over the others is basically if I'm going to get gammed. Ash is going to help protect me from that gamma. So 3 Ash Blossom. And then finally my last going second card is Gidala, the Mystery Discard. So the reason we play this, basically just because of Bird Beatdown. When you get locked into Barrier Statue of Wind, this is the perfect out. It's really good for out in Dragoon. It's really good for just out in those problematic singular cards where you just need it removed. It's going to help you extend. It's going to allow you to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Once again. So that's it for the monsters. So we just play the 9 Traptrix monsters. We play the 3 Parallel Exceed, 3 Ash, and also the 3 Kaiju. So moving on to the spell count for the deck, I actually only play 3, and it's 3 Pot of Prosperity. So this pot card is absolutely amazing. It's so good in this deck. This basically allows you to dig 6 cards from your deck and choose whatever you need. It helps you get extenders like the Parallel Exceed. It's going to help you get the Brigadine from your deck. I did try this at 2, however, I feel like playing it at 3 is just so much better. And then moving on to the trap lineup, we're starting off with the best trap card in the deck, the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigadine. Can't really play Traptrix without this card. It's so good. It's super important. You can set this the first turn as long as you've got no traps in your grave. You can activate this, you can summon it. It's going to help trigger that Link 1 Serra. It's going to get you that extra monster out. It's going to allow you to create a rank 4. Another way you can utilize this card is actually by the next card that I'm going to show you. So they do have a lot of synergy together. So the next card being Torrential Tribute. Being able to wipe the board completely and protect your own Traptrix monsters with Rafflesia is amazing. So Torrential Tribute, I would never cut this down to 2. I think it is a must-have at 3 if you're playing pure Traptrix. So the next card we play is Ice Dragon's Prison. Another really good card in this format. I do play 3. It comes up a lot. So I do actually play 3 Compulse Evacuation Device. This is quite a questionable card. To me, it's more personal preference. I really like this card. One of the main reasons why I use this card is A, to protect my Serra. If I know something's going to get over it, Compulse is there to help. If I'm ever going to lose something, this can help bounce it back to me. So moving down to the 2 ofs, I actually main 2 Heavy Storm Duster. I always want that ability to just have some back row removal. The last thing I want to be doing is getting Mystic Mind and having 0 out. I think 2 is fine if actually using it in the deck. I probably wouldn't play 3. Moving to the actual trap holes of the deck, I play 2 Floodgate and I play 2 Gravedigger's Trap Hole. So these are the only 4. I think for now, before we get any more support for this deck, I feel like this is probably all you need in pure. You're never really going to run out of these because you can always resurge them. You can always bring them back. What I really like about Floodgate, it's permanent, so it has to be there. Compulse can then come back in later to remove that permanent monster if need be, if you're not getting past it. So I wouldn't play any more than the 4 that we have there. And then going into the 1-ofs, I do actually play the 1 Traptrick and I play the 1 Imperial Order. So the reason I only play 1 Traptrick rather than 2 or 3 is on the sole basis of I hate seeing multiple Traptrix when that trap could have been a totally different trap. It can be handy using in your own turn if you just need to trigger the Serra, but something like a Compulse is always good for that as well. Imperial Order, it's self-explanatory. It's going to stop any spell card, and you play 3, so if you're playing anything that's going to use a lot of spells, this is going to do some damage to them completely. So they're my 2 1-ofs. So I'm playing 41 card main deck. I tried bringing it down to 40, but I really like the consistency of how it is at the moment. I think 41's fine. There's no harm in that, especially with playing 3 Prosperity. If I was to make any changes at the moment, the only thing I would probably add is the Double or Nothing back into the deck. I did take it out because it can be such a bricky card. However, in recent tournaments, it has actually come back up again, so I probably would add it back in. So if we move on to the extra deck itself, first card we are playing is obviously Traptrix Serra. Amazing card, probably one of the best link ones in the game by far. So this is unaffected by traps completely. So if a normal trap card is activated, you can actually special summon a Traptrix monster from your deck. And if a Traptrix monster effect is activated, you can actually set a trap hole card from your deck to the field. So normally when you're resolving one of the effects, you're going to get the second, so it's usually a +2 every single time. It does only have 800 attack though, so trying to protect this can be super important, which is why I do play the Compulse. So 3 Traptrix Serra, I would never play 2 of these. So moving on to the next card that I play, so I do actually play the 1-of Link Spider. I play this in case for some reason you can't get to a Traptrix monster, but you have the Shade Brigadine and you also have the Parallel Exceed. You can set the Shade Brigadine, summon it, summon the Link Spider with the Shade Brigadine, and then you can use the Parallel Exceed to make a rank 4 underneath. And then my only other 1-of is the Pentastag, a link 2 that basically helps me do piercing damage. If I'm going to be flipping things face down, being able to do that piercing damage is really good in this deck. So moving on from the links, we're going to go into XYZs for the rest of the deck. So first card being Traptrix Rafflesia. So again, while it's got materials, this is also unaffected by traps. It also helps protect the rest of your board from card effects or being destroyed. This is such a good defensive card. It allows you to activate traps basically from your deck. Triggering the Serra from a Rafflesia effect is going to get you another trap also. 1 is fine, 2 never really comes up, to be honest. You could turn this into a Zeus, you can overlay this into something else that we do have in the extra deck as well. So the second Traptrix monster that we do play is we do play the Almerace. This card is amazing. This doesn't have to be just 2 level 4s, this can be 2 or more. Again, unaffected by traps while it's got material. This has 2 effects, this card. First effect, it can detach 2 and it can monster reborn a Traptrix from your grave. Its second effect is really good. If a card was to leave the field via card effect and becomes banished, I can actually detach from this and I can summon that banished card to my side of the field. This card is really underrated. Not many people have even read the second effect. It's so good and this is a must-have in this deck. So some of the other XYZs that we play the 1 Abyss Dweller, we play the 1 Tornado Dragon, we play the Bagooska as well. So these are more your defensive cards. Bagooska just solely outs Dragoon. It's really good for shutting down players that don't really use the link monsters, that just want to be using monster effects. That Tornado Dragon helping for that back row removal, and that Abyss Dweller stopping those graveyard effects. So the next XYZ that I do play is actually Time Thief Redoer. It's just probably one of the better XYZs in my deck. This card is so good. Being able to non-target remove cards from your opponent's side of the field and put it back on the top of the deck is so strong. And then the last few XYZs XYZ monsters that I play, I actually play Utopia, and I do play Utopia the Lightning. I currently don't play Double or Nothing, so these are the only two that I am running. Overall, super important card in the deck. It's going to help you get that damage. The last two XYZ monsters that I do play are Drill Driver and Zeus. So the Drill Driver, again, this is really good for stacking on top of things that start to become irrelevant. So this does have a second effect that basically, if it's destroyed, sent to the graveyard, I can actually target a level 5 or lower monster and summon it back to my side of the field. So all of my Traptrix monsters become live again if this is destroyed and sent to the grave. And then the Zeus, again, if something's attacking, it's still got a little bit of material underneath. You put this on top, it's another good offensive and defensive card. It's 3,000, so those are the last two. I feel like the extra deck is quite strong. Obviously, if I was to add the Double or Nothing back in, I would need the extra Utopia card in here. So moving on to my actual side deck currently for tournaments. So I am playing 3 Artifact Lancia. I did try maining this for a while, but I need that Ash Blossom just for protection against the Gamma. So the next card is the 3 Solemn Judgment.
That's a Ghost Rare Solemn Judgment?
I was maining this for a while. However, I found there's probably better cards to main if you do have to go second. The next 3 cards that I play are Appointer of the Red Lotus. This is a super strong card in this deck. I always put this in for going first. Having a knowledge of what your opponent's going to do before they do it is just absolutely fantastic. I play a 1 red reboot. Moving on to the spells, for the 1-ofs, I actually play the 1 Feather Duster and I play the 1 Regeki. I do play the triple Cosmic Cyclone for the extra back row removal. Overall, I'm quite happy with my side deck. Obviously, the deck is going to change when the new support comes out, but for now, I feel like this is fine, and I am actually testing around with a few different variants compared to pure Traptrix at the moment as well, so hopefully I can bring you those variants soon. So there you have it, that is my Traptrix deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did have any comments about the deck or any tips or changes, please let me know down in the comments. It'd be really awesome to see what you guys have to say about this. I am experimenting with a few different variants of the deck as well, so once tweaked, they'll be uploaded soon. And just a reminder, if you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell as it supports the channel massively. If you do want to see any of the deck profiles, let me know down in the comments, and I'll get straight on it. Thank you for watching, and on that note, I'll see you next time.